All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Complexity Casting presents HoN Tour Live. I'm your casting host, Beef. Thanks for joining me today, guys. As the scheduled match has expired, no, we're not going to be able to cast this anymore. No, doesn't even mean a thing. Getting into game number 2 between these two teams. Best of 3 series. So, well, TteS eSports one game away from advancing. Pencils, if they lose this one, they're going to be going into the lower rounds right away, putting them only one series from demotion back into gold. And I mean, I've talked with Pablo. He says that this team has been working hard. They want to be progressing. They want to be getting further, not receding and going back into gold. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. All right. Let's take a look here at these blind bands. Man, I tried to combine those words. Did not work. Blands. The Blands? No, it's terrible. Didn't work. All right, both teams banning out Ophelia. Fade and Wild Soul being banned out this time instead of a Keeper of the Forest ban. So Legion team getting rid of the Fade, even though they did win the game against Fade being played by Sweet Pro in the last game. Still want to get rid of it. Very, very strong hero. Annoying to play against. In fact, that's what they were talking about in the pregame chat, was just how annoying Fade is to play against. I mean, that's really the best word for it. It's just straight up annoying. All right, Lockpool with Keeper of the Forest not being banned, of course, makes it in. Plague Rider also first locked there. So we'll see if TteS wants to pick that one up at some point. Tempest, Bubbles, Warbeast, and Legionnaire also make it in. So a total of 4 junglers and 4 passive junglers for the most part there. Parasite and Ophelia, the 2 more active junglers, both being banned out. And then a couple of strong suicides. Shout out to the A. Shout out to the A. I'm sorry, I just tried to read what Riser said there, but I actually... Okay. Alright, I have no clue what that says, so not even going to bother anymore. But... Oh, man. So, Plague Rider, Keeper of the Forest, Tempest, Bubbles, Warbeast, and Legionnaire. I had to say that again for myself. A couple of supports, 4 junglers. The band's coming out, though. Going to be Silhouette, Parasite, and Zephyr for white. So, going to be getting rid of the bird. Just says, nope, not going to happen. Parasite getting banned in this stage. So I thought he was blind banned. I guess it was Ophelia, Fade, and Wild Soul that was blind banned. So interesting that he wasn't locked at all. But going to be banned in this phase. And then, of course, Silhouette saying, no, you guys, we're just going to ban like your entire team that you had last time. So far, Silhouette, the Parasite, and the Fade all have been banned. On the other side, though, banning out Pebbles, Jeraziah, and Moon Queen. So getting rid of some heroes that were on the other side that time. Moon Queen in specific, saying, Enzo, you got to play something different this time, buddy. Not going to happen once again. And Jeraziah, Pebbles, the Initiator, and just the annoying hero in general going to be picked out. First pick, it is Engineer. So TteS saying, okay, we're going to get a real support this time. Last time they did end up running Magnus. Leon Black was saying in the pregame chat that he wanted a Luna and then white banned a Luna. And he wasn't too happy about that. But played the support in Magnus last time. Not a big deal whatsoever. Made it work for sure. Magnus Nymphora, on the other hand, going to be picked up here for Pencils as their support mid lane combo. Very, very strong. Of course, a lot of global ability right there with Nymphora. Able to teleport on around once she gets to that level 6. And interesting. All right. So, Gravekeeper going to be coming out here for TteS. And now they did play with Jeppins over there at DreamHack. But Jeppins' teammate, Heimer, a.k.a. Cheese Helmet, very, very known for playing Gravekeeper. Loves the hero. Thinks that he's awesome in that laning phase. That he has amazing last hit potential and amazing harass potential. We'll see if that's, well, who's going to play him? they're going to have to pick up a jungler and a suicide. It's going to have to be Moravis. They're going to have to dual lane the engineer and the gravekeeper in the middle lane, most likely. Draconis might be babysat by engineer instead, because gravekeeper really does kind of need those levels. You want to be able to get that their defiling touch maxed out as soon as possible. You want to be able to get the corpse explosion maxed out as soon as possible. But yeah, going to be interesting to see how TteS lanes it, as they will be picking up a jungler and a suicide here. And at the end, Pencils, we'll see if they pick up a carry, or maybe go with the carry in the form of Warbeast or Legionnaire. Options, of course, could be Forsaken Archer or Dark Lady, really, for the more popular carries. They got 20 seconds to make a decision. Go with the Wretched Hag, so not an agility carry there. Going to be going with the int carry instead. Definitely a lot of hard carry potential there in Wretched Hag, but not necessarily as hard as something like a Draconis. At least not in a one-on-one heads-up scenario. TteS gets first pick here. Should be Keeper. There you go. Keeper of the Forest for TT Esports. Rise are going to be happy playing that one. And Pencil's going to be finishing out their team most likely with a Plague Rider plus a Suicide here. And that would leave Reload to play the Wretched Hag. Pablo McNadd to play Plague Rider or Bubbles, whichever they do pick up. Fine on the jungle. Bassett's going to take the support. And I would really recommend Plague Rider plus Legionnaire. But no, they go Tempest or Beast. So giving up Plague Rider again. What the heck? Well, TT Esports going to take a minute and think about it before they're like, wait, they just gave us Plague Rider. Do we just take Plague Rider? Might be a trick. Might be a trick. Well, besides that, if it was a trick, it was not tricky enough, because they take Plague Rider anyway. And it is this caster's firm opinion that TteS has the vastly superior lineup. So interesting. Interesting that that's what they're going to be going for. And with that Plague Rider, going to be able to actually send Keeper of the Forest into the jungle. So going to be able to get some secured good farm, 250 to 300 gold per minute there on Keeper. And instead going to let the Plague Rider do the suicide thing, where Keeper does not necessarily have guaranteed farm. And in fact, Enzo is going to be playing Gravekeeper. So interesting. Interesting. Of course, Enzo was the at one point the backup player for Domain of Pain, the team of both Jeppins and Cheese Helmet Heimer. So with that, probably has some experience in how Gravekeeper is played. I'm not sure what his experience level in total is with the hero, though. But being that they're going to be picking it up here in Game 2 of a HoN Tour Diamond match, well, has to be somewhat confident with the hero, that's for sure. Looks like Gravekeeper will be going mid with Engineer. And, well, we'll see how they fare against him for a Magnus. As Plague Rider getting caught out right here. Lava Surge went in the last auto attack from Bassett's. Very, very well done. Riser just getting caught out of position there. Wasn't able to get up there quite fast enough. The Hellborn team just really, really got everyone in position. And, well, their expediency paid off as they get that first blood. It's truly unfortunate, because White actually had the trees in position to do a little bit of scouting. But the Hellborn team got there about 5 seconds faster than you might have expected normally. And there's another Zeal stun going to be going out there trying to stop these animated trees, but no, not going to actually connect. Instead, just wasting a lot of mana there. Animated trees will be able to pull the creep wave back quite a bit, and going to be able to establish some good lane position here. Even better lane position for Riser, as he already does have that extinguished. He's going to be able to keep this lane right here the entire time with this good of a start. Moravis can be playing Draconis here in the bottom lane. Ain't that something? I mean, Ravis normally does play the mids, sometimes playing a bubble, sometimes playing things like Magnus or Meraxis, but I'm going to be playing the Dragon this time, the hard carry role. I'm not sure that I've seen Ravis play this too often. I know that in Clan Milk he did have the potential for that. Enzo doing a great job on Gravekeeper, actually putting out a lot of early harass. 28% of the game's damage at a minute in. Highly reflective number. As Leon Black is babysitting the Dragon. So, yeah, that is what he's going to be doing down here. Leaving Gravekeeper solo mid, 1v1 against Relo on Wretched Hag. I really do feel like Wretched Hag's going to have a very rough time unless she can get some highly favorable runes, because she should be able to rune control over her opponent. It's going to come down to who's rotating where. But with that Flash of Darkness ability, I feel like she should be able to get good rune control over her opponents. And if she gets a favorable rune, like this double damage, might then be able to get a pretty good start in the lane. But instead, double damage should be going to Enzo, waiting until his bottle actually comes out before he makes a run for it. And Hag just having to sit way far back. Relo definitely not having the greatest of starts. 3-1 as opposed to a 12-4, and Hag will pick up the bottle, so she's gonna get the double damage here. This will help out. Engineer looking for the auto attacks, but no, not gonna be able to find them. Wretched Hag bottles up the DD, and bad times for him. What did this courier do? Like, it just brought... What did it bring? I guess it brought additional regen for them. But I guess it was not a bottle that was going to be coming out there, so I'm not quite sure why either of the Legion players did not actually just go over there and take the double damage rune. I guess they might not have seen it. No, they have to have vision right there from that ward. As Wretched Hag does take some more additional pressure. Double damage Hag. Still taking a ton of damage right there from Gravekeeper. 32% of the damage done in the game. Doing a fantastic job of making sure that his opponent is being harassed as much as possible. But Engineer needs to be careful here. Well, there's actually corpse toss. And Hag getting very, very low on HP. If that keg had connected, good chance that we'd be looking at a first blood. Well, second blood, because Ryze already died. Top lane, as you sometimes see with pencils, getting that very, very nice starting farm on Sweet Pro. That's what they like to do when he's on a Magnus or a Pebbles. Just throw him in that top lane, protect him, secure that nice early farm. So Riser, even though he's got good lane position, still just a little bit afraid to actually push up here. Doesn't want to mess with an Amphora Magnus, knowing that one stun combo from them, if it doesn't kill him, it's going to take all of his regen to live through. And without a health potion up there, that means another 40 seconds where he can't go anywhere near that lane. So just playing very, very cautious. Wretched Hag just did have to go to town and TP back on out. You see it on cooldown here. Continuing to do a great job harassing. Does have a bottle now. It is empty, so he's going to be looking for that 6-minute rune at some point. 5-minute rune. Not quite sure who that went to. Looks like it was Illusions in favor of Leon Black on Engineer, actually. Fine on Warbeast. Level 4, definitely farming worse than Keeper the Forest. Keeper the Forest definitely not nearly as spawn dependent as a Warbeast is. As soon as you hit level 3 on Keeper, you can kill any stack you want to, any camp you want to, with no problems. Warbeast, though, 220 gold per minute, as opposed to the level 6 Keeper of the Forest, who's sitting at 270, so White definitely having the better time of the two. He's got the sustain as well with that Ring of Sorcery already picked up. As Wretched Hag is actually going to take the... Okay. And Gravekeeper just obliterates Wretched Hag there. Good dodge on that Kelp Field. Not Kelp Field. Zeal Stun. What the hell? Dragon in the bottom lane going to try to man up onto Pablo Big Long Lane down here, who is playing the Suicide Tempest, and I'm surprised that I haven't pointed that out yet. This was part of the thing that I said that I felt that TteS has gotten a much better draft is Tempest just is not Suicide nearly as well as a lot of other heroes is. I guess to run away. Bottom tower goes down in favor of TT Esports, and yeah, I just don't like Tempest as a Suicide. Just very much at all. Has to use so much regen and able to stay in there. I'm talking about mana regen, not health regen. It just doesn't work nearly as well as the keg does connect here. Turret going to be going out as well. Hag going to live for now. It's a big deep dive going to be coming in over here. White trying to get the invis off, but Dragon flies right by that tower, and Magnus can activate those Ghost Marchers. Goes for that level 3 Lava Surge, finds it, finishes off Moravis with an auto attack. So Pencils gotta be happy about that pick off. TT Esports still does retain a golden experience lead, but not super significant. And once Relo is able to start getting some recovery, gonna be able to narrow that lead quite a bit. Gravekeeper looking like he really wants to use that ultimate, the zombie apocalypse. Really wants to try to go back in there for another kill, but 20 more seconds left on that one as Hag is making a run for the Illusion Rune top. Actually going to man up right here. There's the Corpse Toss and the keg connects. Hag goes down. Illusion Rune going to go to Warbeast, but Relo takes his second death of the game. And Gravekeeper, I mean, you see right there, the Corpse Toss, just 2 seconds of stun combined with that keg. And a ton of burst damage from the Defile and the Corpse Toss. Able to secure some early kills. There's the Lava Surge onto Gravekeeper, though. Zeal Stun comes out. Root going to be used. Not going to help out, though. And Keeper of the Forest actually going to be taking some additional pressure. Word of Revelation's down. A few more auto attacks do finish him off. And Pencils puts themselves up 4-2 in terms of the hero kill lead. Dragon getting kind of aggressive. Going to take some pressure from the tower there as a result. And interesting that Pablo has gone to max out his Glacial Blast first. Not going to be maxing out the Elementals as you sometimes see. Allowing you to farm a little bit faster, and especially when you're a Suicide Tempest. Allowing your minions to hit a little bit harder. Oh. Beautiful keg right there. The Lava Surge trying to help out Amphora. It's not going to be enough, though. But that keg from Leon Black was fantastic. I've seen Leon Black play Aluna a lot. I actually don't see him play Engineer too often, but he's done a pretty fantastic job thus far in this series. Portal key being flown out here on Magnus? Is that what's going on? Or maybe he just bought some additional items. I don't know. He's broke right now. No, he actually doesn't have enough money for a portal key. So, did go for the power supply and the bottle. Now going to be TPing into the top lane, looking for Gravekeeper. There's the Lava Surge, channeling the Eruption. Zealstad comes in. Gravekeeper goes down. Very, very well done there by the Pencils team. That's the roaming mobility that I'm talking about. As there's a Contagion Nuke going to be coming out. Turret going to slow down Hag a bit. And there's the keg as well. Hag still wants to grab this region and will be able to get it eventually. So in the end, Leon Black just wasting a lot of his own mana. So Hag able to get that regen, returns into the middle lane, going to be going back to farming. 3 players here in the top do secure the deny for the Legion team onto that tower. And Keeper of the Forest going to be coming in here looking for a root. Staying somewhat close to the trees. And, well, here comes a couple other players. There's the root, the Contagion Nuke, and the auto-attack Dragon Flame to finish him off. White actually picks up the kill with the root damage. And Wretched Hag going to use her Flash of Darkness while that regen's on. Continue that out a little bit. But Gravekeeper wants to come in. There's the ultimate going to be coming in. Kagan, the explosion to finish him off. A couple players going to be coming in here from pencils. There is the Lava Surge. Kelfield going to follow up. Not going to have enough auto attack damage to finish off Gravekeeper, though. But Relo, 0-4-1. I mean, for your hard carry player to have a start that bad, not ideal at all. Magnus TPing here into the bottom lane. Going to take the steam bath immediately. There's the Lava Surge out onto nothing. Ultimate going to be coming in there from Plague Rider, and Tempest will go down. Magnus might be shortly there to follow. No. Warby's going to come in right here, and not going to be using that Zeal Stun just yet. They want to be able to run down this Dragon. Dragon with the Energizer, though, pretty dang fast. Rio's got to get in there and hit that Haunt. Does not actually have any points in Haunt, and gets juked. Well, Gravekeeper's there with the Invis, actually. There's the Corpse Toss. Corpse Explosion goes out. Nobody going down just yet. Keeper of the Forest does not have ultimate available for another 40 seconds. So, nobody actually going to go down. Tower was denied. Good job there by Magnus. And Fine starting to farm pretty dang well. I mean, Fine definitely one of the more underrated junglers in the scene, in my opinion. 370 gold per minute here on Warbeast. Once he gets going on no matter what hero he's playing, passive or active, he gets the job done. He gets the farm when he's supposed to be getting the farm, and he gets the ganks when he's supposed to be getting the ganks. And even on a passive jungler like Warbeast, you saw right there, he's not afraid at all to get involved in these team fights. So, mad respect there for Fine. Going to use that Warbeast to its full potential, and it'll be interesting to see what he actually goes for here. 1,300 gold saved up. Might be a Shrunken Head first. Might be something a little bit different, like a Soul's Bulwark. Hell, could even see a puzzle box, but no. I think it will be a Shrunken Head, as Hellborn team does a great job of actually counter warding right there. Grabbing a couple wards with those counters there in the middle lane and the bottom river. TT Esports, although they're up right now, it feels like they're down. I don't know why. They're actually up in kills. They're up in tower pushes. They're up in just raw farm. I mean, Dragon and Keeper of the Forest plus Gravekeeper all farming very well, up at above 300 gold per minute, but it feels like they're behind as well. There's the Eruption being channeled up after the Lava Surge. Backblast completely unnecessarily used, but you know what? You don't take any chances, I guess, when you're trying to go for the kill. Onto Dragon. As I think the corpse explosion just went off there. I changed the scene just as I saw 5 orange money signs coming up. Dollar symbols, as it were. And I think that Mr. Enzo just hit that corpse explosion on a lot of corpses. Blew everything up. Still doing a ton of damage. 25% of the hero damage done in this game, and looking good on farm. 73 and 19 at 15 minutes into the game. Very, very impressive hero, and Enzo's shown that he knows how to play him for sure. Maybe even better than Heimer. No one can take that away from Heimer. I don't know if he's actually playing in the DOP series right now. I know that he did just recover from surgery. Wow. Relo goes down again right there. The corpse explosion just so strong from Enzo, and with that, going to be able to push down this middle tower as well. Not going to be a problem whatsoever. Uh-oh. maybe there could be a problem. There's an M4 port going to be coming in. Magnus does have the portal key. There's the Lava Surge onto Gravekeeper. Zeal stun to follow up. Glacial Blaster there as well. Auto attacks. One more stun there. There's the Elemental Void actually going to hold him down as well. Down goes Gravekeeper. Now time to get out of there. Bad auto attack there from Pablo. He's going to get slowed down. And will he actually be finished off right here? Zeal stun goes out. Good Zeal stun. Pablo living for now. Not going to be able to live in the end. Magnus wants to come back in. And, well, there's a two-man Lava Surge going to be coming in. There's the Metamorphosis. Sonar Scream. Ultimate going to be going up from Engineer. And will they be able to finish off the Dragon? One more auto attack. And we'll be able to finish him off. Warbeast goes down as well. Engineer taking the fall there. And there's the haunt being applied onto Plague Rider. No ultimate available. Lava Surge going to be coming in with the Zeal stun. And where's the last auto attack? Is that a buyback? No. Enzo getting back in, uses the portal key, going to try to bring down Wretched Hag, and will be able to. There's the corpse explosion. So when it's all said and done, looks like it was a 4-for-3 exchange favoring the Pencils team. Both teams losing their very important players. And, well, now make that 4-for-4 as M4 is going to live for now with the Zeal stun, though. And will take the fall, so Magnus not quite able to get in there in time. Not quite able to help out his good buddy. Gravekeeper going that very early mobility route with the portal key. It'll be interesting to see if he actually picks up a push stick, a tablet of command here momentarily. It's one option. Relo has had a very rough game. 188 gold per minute. I mean, this is not typical for Relo at all, but credit where credit's due. Enzo has done a fantastic job of actually shutting down the middle lane. And Dragon in some trouble. There's the Lava Surge. Gonna be channeling the Eruption, and down goes Dragon. Not able to pick up any of the kills on those triple stacked Ancients, but able to pick up the kill on Dragon. And Relo in the middle lane just gets swarmed down by zombies. And Corpse Explosion not even needed. Double damage there on Gravekeeper being played by Enzo. 218 damage auto attacks without the Defiling Touch. Drawn some additional for that. That is 60 additional. Pencil's still finding themselves behind despite all the great kills that they've been getting from Sweet Pro and Bassett, setting up fantastic roaming kills here. Relo is just kind of holding this team back right now. I mean, it's a very, very hard matchup there in the middle lane, but you never want to see your mid go 0-7 against the opposing team's mid. I mean, he's gotten some assists now, so 2-7-3, but 8-3-0 for Enzo on the other squad. Good day for him, bad day for Relo, that's for sure. Bottom tier 1 tower, just 2 HP from Deny. Not going to be going in for it just yet. Gravekeeper is going to be going for a Hellflower, it would appear. He finishes up his first Arcana. Not going to be going for that Tablet of Command, at least just yet. Saying I'm mobile enough with just my portal key. Dragon finishing up that Energizer and then going to be working on Shrunken Head, it appears. Shrunken Head already has that Whispering Helm completed. But interesting that he's going to be going for the straight Shrunken Head rather than the Nullstone route first. Without mana regen, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for him to actually farm up, as there's a TP coming in here from Bassett's. Be quiet. Everybody quiet. We're hunting Plague Rider. And will Plague actually come up right here? Yes, here he comes in. Oh, there's the Lava Surge actually onto Gravekeeper. Ultimate canceled there. Or Backblast just completely disintegrates Gravekeeper. There's the root going to be coming out. Magnus gets out just in time. Wretched Hag not able to use the Flash of Darkness just yet. And M4 does have the Zeal Stun available, but not going to be using it. So, used 3 TPs, 2 TPs to actually get up there and settle the kill on the reload. I mean, you got to be hitting the diminishing returns on killing this wretched hack as well. I mean, it's always good to be getting kills on anybody you can, but she's already so shut down that I feel like it's almost better to try to get kills on someone else. Warby's finished up his shrunken head in the first of the game with that item. And now going to be able to just charge through the middle of these team fights. Just make a beeline for Plague Rider or Draconis or Gravekeeper, whoever he wants to take out. Just says, I'm not stopping until you're dead. Level 14. Highest level in the game. Tied with Gravekeeper. Riser on Plague Rider has done a pretty good job for being 1v2 in his lane. 3-3 and 2, not as good as he did last game being 1-on-1. But, excuse me, 2-2 and 4. I have zero clue where I just said 3-3 and 2. Sometimes your mind just plays tricks on you, man. Another TP? Or no, Wretched Hag just blinking over there. Plague Rider's going to try to find him. No, Wretched Hag should be able to get out of there. Plenty of mana and a TP available. Sweet Pro with a bottled up haste here. Trying to save up right now. Banking Money has the buybacks available. Sweet Pro, of course, one of the players that really does to mash that buyback button. Interesting. Looks like that was a mistake from Engineer. Probably looking to send the courier home and accidentally hit that R button. That's always unfortunate. And that should have been spotted out here by the Ward of Sight. "24 minutes in the Golden Experience League, 2,600 in favor of the Helm or Legion team, 1,700 experience now as well. Pretty minor lead. Doesn't really tell you a whole lot about what's going on in this game. Pretty minor. Now Warbase is gonna be working on. Well, finished up that Soul's Bulwark already. Damn. 429 gold per minute here on Fine. And the number of times that I've seen Fine carry this Pencils team to victory really is impressive. Pencils a strong team overall, but Fine just a very, very strong jungler and definitely one of the better players on this Pencils team for sure. Wretched Hag Illusion kind of walking around, looking like it might get initiated on. Instead, Dragon actually going to be doing some initiation there onto the Tempest minions. Man, I wish I had a co-caster. That'd be nice. Nice counter warding going to be going out right there. As soon as the Ward of Sight was gone, place another one up here. It is within inside of a Ward of Revelation though. So I need to be careful. That might get spotted out. Might. Both teams just posturing very, very heavily here in the middle lane. Nobody wants to really initiate at this point. Paulo McDad does have that portal key. He's had that for a little bit now. Going the Ghost Marcher's portal key route. Wretched Hag finally hitting level 12. Got that level 2 ultimate to work with. And of course maxed out Blink, so she's going to be quite mobile. She picks up, well, Not even going to be able to finish her Grave Blocker just yet. Well, there's the initiation. Corpse Toss comes out. Warby's getting completely caught out right there. There's the Eruption and the Elemental Void. A huge Elemental Void. The Bat Blast comes in and 4 players go down just like that. Dragon, the only player left alive, and he needs to be careful. Warby spies back, activates that Shrunken Head. This is what Pencil's needed. They need a stun right here. Do they have the damage? No, don't quite have the damage, but holy crap. You know, I want to whisper Sweet Bro and tell him how beautiful that was, but that would be inappropriate and unprofessional of me. But Sweet Pro, I know you're going to be watching the VOD of this, buddy. The bus, you just drove it like straight through them. Right through them. That was one of the more beautiful Wombo combo synergies I have seen in a long time. Perhaps one of the best ever. Just catching all 4 players inside of that Elemental Void, Lava Surge, Eruption, and then the Bat Blast Sonar Scream to finish him off. Holy moly. Pencil's taking a 5,000 gold lead. Still a pretty minor 1,500, excuse me, 5,000 experience lead. Minor 1,500 gold lead. But definitely very happy with that team fight. The Warbeast buyback, I understand why Fine did that. He wanted to get back in and help his team out. It also definitely was not necessary. He did not get involved in any of the 4 kills that did happen, but I understand why he did it, and I can't fault him for it either. Sweet Bro's sitting at close to 4,000 gold now. Essentially at 4,000 gold. Don't need that much for a buyback, Sweet Pro. Pick up whatever you're going to pick up, and whether that's a Shrunken Head or a Hellflower or, you know, whatever the heck he chooses to pick up, a Storm Spirit, that's also a possibility. Wretched Hag got 3 levels from that team fight, back up to level 15, and she's kind of close to being higher level than anybody on the Legion team after that fight, which is impressive after dying 8 times. That's a good point that I just saw right there. Relo has been kind of gone after his stay with Lions. And who's he with before that? INFS? I think he might have been with INFS right before he got moved into the old Lions lineup about 14 months ago. But Gravekeeper, yeah, new hero, so perhaps Relo just not familiar with the ability, especially since the hero's just not played very often. Magnus actually in some trouble right here. The root going to be coming out, and Magnus is going to go down. So Sweet Pro gets caught out of position there, even with the vision up here on the high ground that just went up. Wasn't quite enough. There was a great keg there from Leon Black that actually started that. If the keg had whiffed, that gank would have gone nowhere, never have gotten off the ground. I guess it was an invisible engineer, most likely. Dragon finishes up that Shrunken Head and then picks up a Slayer, so going to be going for the relatively early Savage Mace route. Sweet Pro down for 30 seconds. They want to defend this tower up top, but they're also a little bit wary about giving it up. And we're going to be bringing everybody in here, and, well, could be looking at another Elemental Void. And will they go in? No root available, so needs to be very, very careful. Looks like the Hellborn team comfortable with just driving them back for now, going in for the deny maybe, or at least want to wait for Sweet Pro before they go in for any big initiation. And Hellborn team, they're trying to get out of there. A little bit of a missed portal key there from Enzo. Taking an Enzo on Gravekeeper, about 300 gold away from finishing up that Hellflower. That'll be very, very nice. Already hitting relatively hard up at 170 with a pretty good amount of attack speed. Actually, it's not that good of an amount of attack speed. Looked like he was attacking faster. Maybe just animation canceling or something like that. Razor's picked up a push stick, so going to be able to assist his team with a little bit of mobility there. And I'd really like Sweet Pro to purchase an item. It's great to have your Ghost Marches, your Portal Key, and your bottle, and your power supply, but you got close to 5,000 gold, Sweet Pro. Buy an item. Hellfire finished up there on Gravekeeper, and Sweet Pro has enough to finish up that Hellfire right now. Will he purchase one? Doesn't look like it just yet. I think he's going to go for a Shrunken Head. But he wants to have enough for a buyback before he goes for that Shrunken Head, as well as Warbeast might look to go for a kill here in the bottom lane under Riser. And Riser could be in some big trouble here. Fine's going to press on up, and Magnus wants to get in there. Not going to go in just yet, but Fine with that Abyssal Skull. Soul's Bulwark, Shrunken Head, an additional 3,500 gold saved up. Looking very, very beastly on Warbeast. Oh, there's a portal key in from Keeper of the Forest. Going to try to run down Warbeast, actually. No. Not going to be in the end. Legion team just standing right on top of the ward of sight, and I don't know if they should know that this is warded up, and this could be a real big team fight here. Top tower goes down. Dragon's going to come in and try to clear everything up. One Dragon Master is there. Gravekeeper in the front lines. And there's the Ward of Revelation going to be thrown down. In the end, it was just a little bit of a trade. And there's a Lava Surge onto Magnus, right in range of the Ward of Rev, though. There's the Engineer Ultimate going to be coming out as well. Dragon starting to put in a lot of damage. Sweet Pro going to be going down. Wretched Hag in the thick of things, as well as Warbeast trying to get some damage done. Buyback on to Sweet Pro. He's going to be coming back in here momentarily. They're looking for a big Elemental Void with the channel. And will they find it? Will they find it? Trying to bait with Nymphora right here. Is this bait? I don't know if it is. No, they're actually just going to back off. So very, very poorly played there by Pencils. Actually getting Sweet Pro caught. They buy back on him and then don't even try to fight. I think that was a very poor decision. I mean, when you're standing right on top of this ward, and I think they knew that it was there. They like walked around it and just kind of waited there for a minute, like they were going to try to counter ward it, but then realized they didn't have any counter wards, and were just like, oh, we'll just take their Ancients instead. Well, that did not work out for them. They've got the Magnus, they got the Hag, they've got the Tempest. Like, put it to use. Do something with it. As well, there's the Hellflower out on the Sweet Pro. There's the Corpse Explosion with the zombies. And Sweet Pro dies again. So, 4,800 gold a minute and a half ago. Picks up a Blessed Orb. Dies twice. Down to 1,300. Just lost pretty much 1,500 gold there. Just completely gone. So, definitely unfortunate there for Sweet Pro. No, more than that. 1,500. Wait. Way more than that. Like 2,400 gold. Just completely gone because he's not using it. He's done a buyback so that he could die again right away. And this is one of the issues that I have with Sweet Pro. I think that he's a great player. I love watching him play. He's so aggressive and so energetic and passionate about the game. But he tends to be very, very quick to use that buyback key, even when he does not need to. And if he's not able to capitalize on that buyback, sometimes he'll just die right away, gets himself caught in some sticky situations. But love the guy. A little bit unfortunate that he did go down there a second time. And a great job from Enzo. The Forest can be working on a refresher here momentarily, as Pablo has finished up his Shrunken Head as well. This 10-second Shrunken Head hasn't gone about using that just yet. And Relo going to be working on a Hellflower here at some point, up to 280 gold per minute. Fine with 5,200 gold. Pencils just really does not like to spend their gold. That's what I'm finding out here. As there was a pickoff right there. Maybe another pickoff. on to Wretched Hag as well. She hits her shrunken head and gonna try to man up. Actually does end up just backing up. But Pencils losing Bassett's there as he was trying to do some counter warding. Gravekeeper able to pick up the kill on that one. And Enzo, he's got to have something in his bank because that Hellflower, he's had that for a while. Only 1,800 more gold. Perhaps not. Perhaps not. Middle lane, gotta be careful. There's the Hellflower onto TteS. TteS in some serious trouble here. Pablo McDad goes down. Great initiation from the Legion team. Portal key picked up there on Leon Black. That certainly helps. And Pablo down for 50 seconds. Middle tower certainly going to take the fall. Top tower might as well. Might even look to try to set up Kongor, but Kongor is dead. Token of life just expiring there on Warbeast. We'll be back up relatively soon. And Fine and Sweet Pro, the only two players that currently have buyback available after death. There's Kongor. Both of them only have one buyback left, so got to be careful with that last one. Really like to see Fine spend some of that gold. You don't have to spend all of it, but at least spend some of it. Wretched Hag looking like she wants to go in for a flank here on Kongor. The Hellhound going to be coming back in. Actually spot out the HP on this guy. And there's the energy field going to be going in. Shrunken Head being activated. Kongor does go down. There's the Lava Surge with the Eruption not hitting anything. And Hag just gets disintegrated. Sweet Pro's going to be in some trouble. Fine not able to get anything done. Sweet Pro goes down. And, well, there's the Elemental Void going to be coming in, but there's zero follow-up. Pencils, you're falling apart. Pablo goes down again, and that is most likely going to do it for the series. GG, well played, comes out here from Tempest, and that will do it. So, how about it? TteS, they are just able to take the series from A1. And, yeah, they're able to finish off that series. Let's get the scoreboard updated. 2-0 victory for White and the boys. I'm going to see if I can get anybody in to actually do a little bit of an interview in a moment here. But congratulations to them. So, just checking up to see if anybody wants to come on and talk a little bit about that game. But, yeah. Pencils, I mean, they had an interesting lineup there. They had a decent lineup. Good heroes, just bad lanes. And there we go. So it looks like Moravis is going to be coming on here in just a moment. And he's going to talk a little bit about that game. But Pencils, I mean, yeah, their lanes were just... Their lanes were not the best. The only lane that they were able to actually get something done with was the top lane, where Pencils was able to get some farm onto Sweet Pro, but in the end, wasn't going to be enough. And waiting for Moravis here in just a moment. Guys, do want to reiterate that we will be back a little bit later on today. Got about a little more than an hour, and there we go. Let's get Moravis on the horn.
Hello?
Hey, Moravis, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am doing very well. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you, thank you.
So, going into that game, I mean, let's talk about game number 1 here real quick, because I need to pull up the stats. Because I already forgot about what happened there. But you were playing Bubbles there in the middle lane, not playing one of your strength initiators really like you do sometimes. And then number 2, you were playing Dragon. Are you guys doing a little bit of lane transitions?
No, we just well, game 1 we didn't really have that like farming melee initiator because we had Leon on Magnus. So I usually just play solos, so that's why I played Bubbles that game and why he played Mag. In game 2, I played Dragon just because Enzo really likes his Gravekeeper, so...
Yeah, that
It's
was
like his favorite. It's his favorite hero.
really okay.
Yeah.
So did he pick that up when he was over hanging out with the Domain of Pain guys from Heimer and those guys?
Oh, I guess maybe I
Yeah.
don't know.
Is that a hero that you guys run a lot? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen you guys run that before.
We tried him in some scrims these past few days, and he's really strong. Like as you saw, he can 100 to 0 people in his ultimate, QW combo. So
Yeah, it certainly does a lot. As you guys were just completely able to shut down Relo in that second game. Um, yeah, very very well played right there. And well, in that game, you had good lanes. You were able to do very very well in the middle. Of course, shutting down Relo, and in the bottom lane, you were doing pretty well against Tempest. But in the mid game, you guys started to maybe fall behind a little bit, and then there was the middle team fight where four of you got caught in that elemental void, the Magnus eruption, and the Bat Blast. What was going on there?
I don't know. I think they saw an opportunity, and there was some miscommunication because we had the Root and the Plague Rider ultimate, but neither of them stayed out because I think both thought the other was going to stay out to interrupt it. So he just got the full ult off, and it was a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, was there a point in there where you're just saying, okay, well, that's a game right there, or was everybody just
Oh
calm,
no,
cool,
no,
and
absolutely
collected?
not. We knew we still had the game in the bag. It's just like a matter of time. Like with the double armor on Draconis, it's really impossible for them to kill him.
Jeez, yeah. And you went a little bit of a different build, opting not to go for the Nullstone there on the Dragon.
Yeah, Nullstone wasn't gonna do a whole lot for me, and the lifesteal was amazing, just adding onto my armor to tank Warbeast, and like there was nothing they could do to kill me at that point. Once I had all the items, like once I had BKB lifesteal and double armor, so
All right. So you guys last time that I believe I talked to somebody from your team, you guys had just defeated, well, 2 weeks ago now, you just defeated Trademark Esports. In the end, you did not end up making it into the grand finals. You finished out in third. You guys going to make it back to the podium for this one?
oh, absolutely, like tomorrow
Tomorrow?
or next week, we'll be
I was
there.
like, damn, if you make it to the podium tomorrow, that means something weird had to have happened.
Next week, we'll be there.
But yeah, I mean, let's take a look here if we can actually see who you might be facing next. I mean, that's a good mentality to have. I know that when I was talking to somebody from your team before the last cycle, I think it was Riser actually, that didn't want me to cast your games because he said they would be so embarrassing.
Oh, yeah, he's always like that.
Yeah, yeah. Good mentality, though. Able to stay strong. And so you guys will be playing the winner of QSQ and QSQ 777. So might be going up against Q Squad once again. So what would be your expectations going up against Nova's guys?
I think they're gonna run the same stuff they always do. Like, we've watched a lot of their, games and stuff, and they always seem to run like the similar lineups. And I think we're gonna win because like the last time we lost against them, we made tons of mistakes, but we've been practicing lately, so I think we've cleaned it up and we're gonna beat them.
All right. Well, Ravis, thanks very much for coming on, and congratulations in your first round win here. You're going to be moving on to play again, in about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. So thank you. Get some rest, get some food, take a break, and any shout outs before we let you go?
Nope. Thanks for having me on. Good luck casting.
All right. Thanks, Ravis, and good luck in the rest of the day.
Thanks.
All right. All right, guys, that was Maravis from TT Esports coming on to talk a little bit about that series and the future of the team here in HoN Tour Cycle number 4. But that is going to do it for this series. TT Esports takes it 2-0 over Pencils. Pencils will be dropping into the lower bracket while TTE is going to be playing, well, one of the two QSQ teams here in Diamond. And that's going to do it for coLcast for right now. We'll be back at about an hour and a half with the next series. Gonna leave the stream on, and as soon as I know, I'll let you know what series that is going to be. Got to give a shout out to Complexity for allowing us to be here. Without their support, coLcast wouldn't happen. Check them out over at facebook.com/complexitygaming and twitter.com/complexitylive. Make sure to give them a like, a follow, And of course, make sure to let them know that you appreciate their involvement here in the competitive scene, not only sponsoring Complexity of the team, but also setting it up so that coLcast can happen, cast some games for you guys, and just provide you with additional HoN coverage. We'll be back in a bit, guys. Don't go anywhere. More coLcast continues with HoN Tour cycle number